have some new fragrances that I've added to my collection over the past month or so, and I've also gotten rid of a few. So if you're interested in seeing the new fragrances and the ones I got rid of, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're into, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. All right, so I have some new goodies to share with you guys. And this is going to be a mix of fragrances that were sent to me and fragrances that I purchased. So I know some of you guys don't like when reviewers get fragrances sent to them, but honestly, it allows me to try more fragrances than I would be able to based on me just buying them. I am not a big time YouTuber. I'm not making stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks from YouTube. So the money that I spend is mostly out of my pocket, which is a problem, but anyway, so I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. But I will let you guys know during the haul which ones were sent to me and which ones I purchased with my own money. And of course, I always give my honest opinion, no matter if it was sent to me or if I purchased it. So let's get into the haul. The first fragrance that I have is none other than Fenty Eau de Parfum. This is what the box looks like. It comes in this nice little slide out drawer box. And one thing that is different is that the drawer is like on both sides. So can y'all see that? It's kind of hard to do on camera, but you kind of just push it through. So I'm gonna pull this out and push it out. So here is what the bottle looks like. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this already since, you know, everybody's been showing it on Instagram and YouTube. I've had this fragrance now for about a week, and I think I've worn it twice. And I just didn't post about it immediately because so many people had already beat me to the punch on that, honestly. So I felt like I might as well wear it and kind of give you guys more of my thoughts on it as opposed to just like posting a video immediately on it. So anyway, this is Fenty Eau de Parfum. Now, this has been getting a lot of slack. It seems that people don't like it or they don't think it fits Rihanna. So let me tell you what I think of it. I think it's actually really beautiful. I smell a lot of rose and spice in this. And I believe tangerine is a note in here, but to me, it kind of smells like tangerine oil or some sort of essential oil mixed with the rose and the spices. And to me, if you've ever smelled any rose oud type scents, I feel like this is not a rose oud scent, but the rose in this kind of smells similar to that. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But yeah, it's beautiful in my opinion. But I will say, I've smelled other things that are similar to this. And I actually have some other fragrances that are similar to this in my collection. If y'all want to hear more about that in a separate video, I will be happy to do that, or I may just do like an Instagram reel or something like that. But that doesn't take away from the beauty of this. I do think it's really beautiful. Do I think it fits Rihanna? Yes, and I'll tell you why. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's kind of heavy, kind of like intoxicating when you smell it. And to me, Rihanna is kind of like the embodiment of intoxication. I think a lot of people expected it to smell sweet and or tropical just because it has been said that Rihanna's signature scent is Killian Love Don't Be Shy, which if you have not smelled that, that is a super sweet marshmallow orange blossom fragrance. And so I think people expected it to smell like that. But I think this is Rihanna currently. She's not a young like buck anymore. So I'm glad she gave us a mature scent. And when I say mature, I don't mean like old. I just don't think it smells like something a young girl would want to wear. So if you guys didn't know, I am 37 for a few more weeks. So I feel like this is something that I would like to wear, but I could see why the 20-year-olds may not like this. It kind of may smell a bit too sophisticated, a bit too serious, but I actually really like it. And I like that they released this. Now, do I think this is the perfect one to start her collection out on? I don't know. I would say no, just because it's not what people expected of her. But at the same time, it's kind of putting it out there that this is her new fragrance brand. I hope she's going to come out with more fragrances, but this is something that she wants to do that is based off where she is in her current place in life. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Sometimes I think with celebrities, we hold them to a certain place in life, like when at their height of their career. or when we became familiar with them, shall I say. And then we think that they're never supposed to change. So I could see Rihanna wearing this for sure. So yeah, I'm liking Fenty Eau de Parfum, not what I expected. And based on the notes, it's actually more interesting than what the notes look like, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the first one. So I felt like I spent way too much time on that one. So I'm gonna be a little bit quicker about the rest of these because this video does not need to be 45 minutes long. So the next fragrance I have to share is one that I've already done a video on, but I wanted to include it in this haul anyway because I know not all of you guys watch my like single fragrance videos, but you do like to watch hauls. So I wanted to include the fragrances that I've already talked about too, that I've gotten over the past month or so. So this one is from Roja Parfums, and this was sent to me. This is none other than Sweetie Oud. Now I have talked about this, it has its own video, but this is a beautiful chocolate oud scent. It is interesting, it is heavy, it is dark, it is sweet, and it kind of has this bakery note to it without it ever smelling like actual food. So this to me has gourmand touches to it, but it doesn't smell like something I would want to eat. And I think it's done in a really like classy, sophisticated way. This is a really elegant take on a gourmand, and it's very beautiful in my opinion. So thank you again to Roja Parfums for sending this to me. If you guys want to know more about this fragrance, definitely check out my video on it, which I will link above. So might as well go ahead and talk about the other fragrance that I've already mentioned. And this is from Dior. This is Vanilla Diorama, and this is from their Privee line. So their higher end collection of fragrances. This to me is beautiful. I know this fragrance is getting a lot of mixed reviews. Some people are calling it boring. Some people are saying they can't smell the vanilla, blase squaze. But for me and my house, I love it. It is a vanilla that is spicy, but it also has this citrus twist to it. And the citrus in this is more of like an orange citrus. To me, it's very good. Now, is it groundbreaking? No, but I love it. I don't need every fragrance I own to be groundbreaking. And so I think that when we purchase fragrances, we need to have a realistic outlook on what you're gonna get from it. I knew purchasing a vanilla, it wasn't gonna be like, oh my gosh, I've never smelled anything like this before. Like, I've smelled other vanilla fragrances. However, I will say I don't have anything that smells exactly like this in my collection. I feel like it has a nice place in my collection specifically. So when you read reviews on Fragrantica or watch them on YouTube, always take them with a grain of salt. We all have our own opinion. So just because so-and-so doesn't like this, doesn't mean it's not good. And it also doesn't mean that the people that do like it are lying to you guys. I want you to keep that in mind as well. Because I read comments on people's videos and they're like, oh, people keep talking about how good this fragrance is and they must be paid, blah, blah, blah. No, honey. Sometimes people just have differences in opinions, okay? I paid for this. I love it. Check out my video if you want to know more about the notes and such. And yeah, so I'm really happy I picked this up and have been wearing this a lot since I got it. The next fragrance is one that was sent to me, and the brand is called Imperial Fragrances, and the name of the fragrance is called Ocean V. Sorry, this box is shiny, but that's what it looks like. I have worn this. I just stuck it back in the box for this video, honestly. But here's what the bottle looks like, and I love the simplicity of the bottle. It's not doing too much, but it feels very high quality and well made, and sometimes you do not get that with smaller fragrance houses. So I believe this is the only fragrance they offer right now. Oh gosh, it smells so good. This smells so good. I'm so glad they sent this to me. And if I would have had this when I did my mango video, I would have definitely included it, because when I smell it, that is literally the first thing I smell is mango. So this is more of a summertime scent. Oh gosh, that smells good. So I smell a lot of fresh mango that is slightly sweet, but not overripe. And then combined with that, I also smell notes of like other tropical fruits. I believe guava may be in this. Oh, it smells so good. And this kind of sits right in the middle of being sweet and being tart, which I really, really love. It also kind of has like a watery nature to it. Not saying it smells weak or anything, but if you've ever smelled L'Impératrice and you get that watery note in that fragrance, this reminds me of that. They don't smell the same, but the watery nature of it smells similar, and I love this. This is gorgeous, y'all. It really is. So perfect for hot weather. Still really hot where I live. I know summer is winding down, but this is really gorgeous. And I think it's perfect for spring, summer. So thank you again to Imperial Fragrances for sending this to me. The next fragrance I picked up because they were having a sale. And I would not recommend doing that. But this fragrance has been on my wish list since the beginning. I think I found out about it probably like the beginning of like spring. And so it's been on my wish list, but I was planning on picking it up when the weather got a little bit colder. However, the company ended up running a sale on their travel sprays, and so I just went ahead and picked up a travel spray. So the name of the company is called Savoir Faire, and the name of the scent is Soul Cafe. So I'm gonna take it out. I haven't actually worn this yet. I did smell it, but it definitely smells like something I should wear when it gets a little bit colder. But I do need to wear it because when it gets colder, I may pick up the full bottle. I don't typically pick up travel sprays. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't like travel sprays that much because I feel like I never use them. I know it's a better way to try a fragrance that you may be unsure of if you don't want to go the sample route. But honestly, I put it away and I just don't think about it if it's a travel spray for me. So let me know if any of y'all do that. But this is what it looks like. I think it actually looks really nice. And again, this is a small business, black owned business. So it's Imperial Fragrances, if I didn't mention that before. They are black owned as well. But this has been on my wish list for a while. It is a unisex scent. Oh gosh, this smells so good, y'all. So this is a tobacco based fragrance. It is spicy, but it's also a little bit sweet. And it actually does not smell too heavy on the tobacco. Like, you smell the tobacco, of course, but it doesn't smell smoky, and it doesn't smell like it will be too heavy of a tobacco scent for a woman. I think this kind of sits perfectly unisex. And there is definitely something sweet in this fragrance. Almost like, I know this is probably not a note, but honestly to me it smells like raisins are in this fragrance. I know that's not a note. I will list the notes like I always do, but that's what it smells like to me, like raisins and tobacco, and it's really, really good, and spice. I need to wear it just to make sure that it's full bottle worthy for me. Smelling it like this, I feel like it is, but I haven't actually given this a wearing to test it out. But if I do and I find that I really like it and it's unique enough, I definitely be picking up a full bottle of this in the fall. So I have to let y'all know in the future what happens with this. But so far, I love it. I love the way it smells at first sniff. So the next fragrance is another one that was sent to me. And for this particular one, the owner actually reached out to me via email and was just very nice, just very personable, which honestly is hard to come by sometimes. And I like the fact that when he reached out to me, he just wanted to send me a bottle, and he said I can do what I will with it. If I love it and want to share it, fine. If not, then don't, or whatever. But I smell this fragrance, and I've worn it one time, and I had to share it with y'all. I would be doing you guys a great disservice if I did not. But this is from Maleg Perfumes, and it comes in this like wooden box, which I thought was really cool. It slides out, and then the fragrance is there on the inside. And I believe all of his fragrances are unisex. I will definitely link these companies and these fragrances down below like I always do. But the one that he sent me, well, he asked me like what type of fragrances I like. And then based on that, he suggested this one. And this is called Golden Guy. And that's what it looks like. And I know you guys are probably thinking guy, but it's not G-U-Y. It's not guy as in man. It's G-A-I. So this is definitely unisex, and I love it. Spoiler alert. But this is another like, this smells so good, y'all. I have to be honest, I don't really remember the notes in this fragrance. And I think they are blended so well. If I remember, tobacco is a note in this. But honestly, when I smell this, I can smell tobacco underneath. But a lot of times when you smell tobacco in fragrances, it kind of takes over the entire fragrance. In my opinion, that's not the case in this. So just smelling from my nose, I'm not even going to try to pick out notes because it just smells like really well blended. Oh gosh, it is sweet. It's spicy. It smells like slightly boozy. It's just so intoxicating. There is something that is in this fragrance that makes me not be able to stop smelling it. It's like a spice in it that gives it something like, I don't know, something very addictive. I feel like I'm not doing a great job of describing the fragrance, so hopefully these notes are helping y'all out a little bit more. But this is just one that I cannot pick out the notes on. It's so well blended. It just smells like a very good smell. I could definitely see a man wearing this, but I think this sits perfectly unisex. I was a little bit scared because I had never tried anything from the brand, and I saw tobacco as one of the main notes in the fragrance. And I love tobacco scents, but at the same time, sometimes they can go a little bit too masculine for me. So I wasn't really sure, but this one is perfection. It smells so delicious. This is just one you gotta smell. It's one you gotta smell. I feel like I'm doing a horrible job describing this, but good thing this is a haul and not a review, but it smells really good. So thank you, Matthew, for sending this to me. I'm super excited to get more wear out of this. I actually wore this the other day and I loved it. And I actually was vlogging on that day. So I talked about my love for the fragrance like after I sprayed it on. And even though it's really hot, I think this still works. I actually think this will work year round because the spice in this kind of breaks up the sweetness. There's something bright in this, even though it's a tobacco-based scent. So I love it. It smells like it should be golden, y'all, like the name implies. So anyway, again, this is called Golden Guy from Malek Perfumes. So this last fragrance is the only fragrance that I have not worn and have not smelled. I literally just got it in the mail today. I was waiting on it to be able to film this video. And this is one that was 100% inspired by AI the Great. She always mentions this fragrance. She loves this house. And so I finally bit the bullet and bought it. And I actually ended up purchasing it from someone. So you're not going to see the full presentation with the beautiful box and all. But I honestly don't care that much about the box. So that's okay with me. But the fragrance I'm talking about is from Tiziana Terenzi, and this is TIBET. So it's this beautiful golden bottle with the white label and the white on the top. It is gorgeous. These bottles are really heavy. This is only my second Tiziana Terenzi fragrance, but I actually like the bottle of this one better than my first one. My first one is Berea, and it has I think it's a white gold bottle with the black top, if I remember correctly. So I like the way this one looks better, but these bottles are really heavy. So let's try her out. Only thing I'm nervous about is that I just got this fragrance in the mail. And I know you really should let your fragrances settle prior to spraying them, but y'all, I couldn't wait. I let it settle for like 45 minutes. So let's smell it. Oh my gosh, that is good. Okay, so I definitely smell the peach in this. I smell some musk too. I'm gonna spray this in my hand. Okay, so I smell the peach and musk, and I also feel like I smell like strawberry or some other type of fruit. Okay, this is very good. It smells kind of tropical, but not so much so. Like, I still feel like I can wear this probably year round. There's also something in this fragrance, almost like there's some sort of leathery note in here. I don't remember the notes, but just smelling it, it smells like I smell a combination of like peach and musk and maybe like some sort of berry, and also a slight touch of a leathery note, but not like this is a leathery fragrance. I'm not really a fan of leather in fragrances when it's like very pronounced, for myself anyway. I like it on men, but I don't typically like it for myself. This smells like it has a touch of leather in it or something. That's giving it depth. Okay. Okay. I love the way this smells. I keep sniffing it. I like that. Look at the oil. Look at the oil content on it. I don't know if y'all will be able to tell now because I just sprayed another spray, but when that dries down, I'm going to show you how oily it looks on my hands. I'm pretty sure this is Extrait de Parfum. Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure all of the fragrances from Tiziana Terenzi are Extrait de Parfum. So you'll be able to see the oil in just a second once this dries. But yeah, this smells really, really good. Really good. It's something very intoxicating and kind of like juicy about this. Like the peach in this is more of like a juicy peach. That smells really good. I may wear this today. I don't know. I haven't sprayed on any fragrance today, but I'm gonna be out in the hot sun, so I didn't want to do too much. I don't know. I thought this would be too much for me to wear today because I've heard it was like a beast, and it is pretty strong. Yeah, this may be too much because I'm gonna be out in the sun, but this is gorgeous, y'all. I am super excited to play around with this and wear this like full body. I love the way it smells on my hand, but I will have to play around with it more to give you guys more of an opinion on it. But so far, I'm loving it. So yes, this is TIBET from Tiziana Terenzi. And that was the last fragrance that I've added to my collection over the past month or so. Now I do have some more fragrances coming, spoiler alert. But those will be pushed out until next month because they're actually like a pre-birthday gift to myself. So I'm probably not even gonna open them, or if I open them, I'm not gonna let myself wear them probably until my birthday. That's the plan anyway. So I will share those with you guys later. My birthday is in September, so we're just talking about like next month. But I found one of the fragrances that I wanted for my birthday for a really good price. So I was like, let me get it now because I know if I wait, I'm not gonna be able to find it again. So anyway, let me get into the fragrances that have left my collection. So the first fragrance that's left my collection is from the brand Fragranza, and this is Amarena Cherry. Now this is supposed to be a dupe for Lost Cherry, and I mean, I just feel like they don't measure up. None of the dupes measure up to the real thing. I understand if you don't want to spend the Lost Cherry money, but I already have spent the money on Lost Cherry and I much prefer it over any dupe I've ever smelled, so I'm gonna use that one. So yeah, I just went ahead and sold that. It's not a horrible fragrance. It didn't smell like cough syrup or anything like that. It just had no place in my collection, and to me, it was not a 100% dupe of Lost Cherry. The next fragrance that left my collection is actually this gift set that I got from Christian Dior. When I ordered a fragrance, I think around Christmas time, they were doing this as a free gift if you spent over a certain amount of money. It was a very nice free gift, y'all. But I ended up selling it because I just could not bring myself to use it. They were the little travel bottles, but it's something about when I get big gift sets like that, I feel like it's really hard for me to break into it. So I never used any of the fragrances in there. I did open the tops to smell them, and I think that was helpful, you know, just for me to see what I liked from Dior. But other than that, I hadn't used anything in it, and I just felt like it was just taking up space, and yeah, I felt like I was doing it a disservice. So I sold it and used that money to fund other fragrance purchases, and I don't regret it. I loved having it, but honestly, when I have fragrances, I want to use them, and sets like that, I guess they just don't work for me because I just felt like it was too perfect to use. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And then the last fragrance I sold, I actually just dropped off at UPS this morning, and this is none other than Parfums de Marly Delina La Rose. Y'all, it took me forever to part with this fragrance because the bottle is gorgeous. It's a Delina fragrance. Everyone loves it. I keep trying to force myself to love it, and I just felt like it just wasn't for me. I'm just not the biggest rose fan. It was a beautiful scent. Every time I wore it, I got non-stop compliments, so I know people love it, but it just didn't do it for me. It just did not make my heart sing. And for a fragrance that price, I felt like it should make my heart sing. It should be something that I really, really want to wear. And I just felt like when I would wear it, it would really just be for other people or for me to try to make myself love it. And I was just over it. So I went ahead and sold it. It kind of like hurt because the bottle was so beautiful. But I have another fragrance that is very similar to Delina La Rose. And it's actually, I didn't bring it downstairs, but it's, what's it called? Oh, it's actually from Navitus Parfums, and it's called Idola. It's from the Big Beard collection of fragrances. I think that one smelled very similar to Delina La Rose. And I still don't love it because it's just not my style of fragrances, but I can appreciate the beauty of it. But I was like, why am I holding on to both of these fragrances that I don't love, that were both expensive? So I sold Delina La Rose just because I felt like that one would be easier for me to get off my hands than Idola. So I'm just being honest, you guys. So I sold that one because I wasn't loving it anyway. And I'm gonna keep Idola for now just because it is beautiful, and maybe one day I will be in the mood to wear that type of scent. But I don't know, if you guys see me selling that in the future, don't be surprised because it's just not my style of fragrance. I didn't even describe what it smells like, but I feel like everybody knows. It's a rosy scent that is fresh, but also a little bit watery. It's kind of tart as well, but Delina La Rose was not as tart as regular Delina, if you smell that. So yeah, I still have Delina Exclusive, and to me that one smells sweet enough and deep enough that I actually like to smell like that one. I actually yearn to smell that one or wear that one, whereas I didn't find myself wanting to smell or wear La Rose, which is why it is now gone. So those were it for the fragrances that I have added to my collection and the few that have been subtracted from my collection. If you guys own any of these fragrances, let us know in the comments down below what you think of them. Even the ones I got rid of, I don't think any of the fragrances I got rid of were bad fragrances. They just were not for me. So if you guys own any of those too, let us know what you think of them down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, make sure you're following me over on Instagram, where I always give you guys sneak peeks of things and it's just a quicker interaction over there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.